Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for another great Sunday of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the black community, and hopefully we can educate and prosper a little bit as black people. I am Reggie O.
I'm Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is, even if she is feeling a little bit under the weather
Yes,
today.
I am.
Yeah.
But I'm here. I'm good spirits.
Yeah, that's our allergies, y'all. So.
I'm sorry if I keep clearing my throat and coughing. Please, I apologize in advance.
Yeah, it's our allergies. I mean, mine are kind of mess with me too, but not as bad as hers though. But we are both suffering from allergies. But she's still a lovely lady though, y'all.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem, baby. So, man, it's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a lot going on in the world.
Yeah, there's a lot
This was
going on.
a bad week for us, America.
You know what?
This past week, oh my goodness.
True words have never been spoken.
Mm-hmm.
True words never been spoken because we got a lot, man. And me being as Afrocentric as I am, I got a whole lot to talk about, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just don't know. I mean, you're going to hear me doing a little bit more cussing than normal, if you can believe that.
What?
But if anybody knows who my stepfather is, you see where I get it from. So I can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this lady to my right knows all too well. So,
Yes, I did.
yeah. So there's that problem.
Yes, I did.
But
Well, let's start off with our week. How was your week? Birthday boy.
Hey,
Birthday
hey.
dude.
Hey, baby.
How was your birthday?
You know what? It was great
Good.
because I spent it with you.
Yes.
So, it was great. I couldn't ask for a better birthday, man. I mean, I really can't say much. I can't say too much about this woman to my right, man. I mean, I'm not just saying that because she's here. I would be saying that regardless. But,
Tell them.
She's a little modest, darling.
Just a little bit. Just a tad.
But anyway, yeah, she's wonderful, man. I mean, I had a pretty good birthday. I can't complain.
Good.
Let's put it like that.
Another blessing around the sun.
There you go, man. I mean, I'm 49 years young, so
Absolutely.
and I couldn't ask for anything better, man. I'm alive,
Amen.
I mean, considering the circumstances of this week, other than that, man, I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain.
Well, good.
How was your week, babe?
It was good. Spent time with you on your birthday. Blessed that I was able to do that. Give you a
Yep.
little surprise you a couple of gifts you didn't think you was getting.
Hell yeah.
Also, I forgot to mention this last week because we took the show on the road. We was in OKC to see your family. We had a good time.
Yep.
But I wanted to say that last week was our 10th show.
It sure was.
And I just wanted to say this has really been a ride that I never thought that I would get on.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little nervous at first, still a little nervous now, but I must admit that I enjoy doing this thought-provoking podcast with you.
Right.
It's opened my eyes to a lot of different areas of life, especially our culture. I'm just gonna say our culture, black, brown, white, whatever.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I do, like I said, I always look at the news, but I look at it at a different light now.
Yeah.
And that what led me to this week,
Mm-hmm.
which just seemed everything was so sad. But I just want to say thank you for letting me join you every Sunday or Saturday, where we be.
Right.
And I appreciate you for opening up my mind to view the world in a different light. So
Well,
I'll say thank you, Mr. Reggio.
Well, let me piggyback off of that. I'm glad to have you as my co-host.
Thank you.
Because for a while for a little bit I did it by myself, but I think I have a better observation of things now since I have somebody to bounce something off of.
Yeah, that's what I always say. You have two heads, but that third eye won't hurt.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's always better. I mean, two heads think better than one. So, and plus you give me a different perspective of looking at things. I mean, everybody knows that I have an Afrocentric point of view. That's not going to change. That's just how I am. I mean, she knows where I get it from.
Right.
All too well.
Yes.
Because she's seen that man several times now, so.
He's a good man, though.
Yeah, he really is.
But you got to stand true in your conviction, because if you don't, you'll fall for anything.
There you go. Malcolm X said that. The person that doesn't stand for something will fall for anything.
Absolutely.
So that's a very true statement. But yeah, that's Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And I thank you for being my co-host.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. But I hope this will continue to flourish for both of us.
Oh yeah,
you never know.
Yeah. Hopefully this will get bigger. Yeah, hopefully this will get bigger.
Right.
I mean, that's what we're hoping for.
Absolutely. But and still, I think we do it just to let people know our thoughts,
right,
and our opinions. And plus, with the chat line, I love to see people call in and chat in or text in their thoughts as well. So I believe it's a positive platform.
Oh, definitely. That's the whole goal. Platform. It's a very positive platform, and that was the whole goal in the first place. So, but yeah, people, the chat lines the call line will be open today.
Yes,
I will let people know that right now. So it will be open today.
I'm gonna type the number in again. They said I didn't see it last time, so I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah,
type the number in the chat line.
But just tell them what it is, so that way they'll know that we're on.
Right. Go ahead.
Go ahead and tell them what it is.
It's the chat line number. It's 469 638 3459. Again, that's 469 638 3459.
There you go, people. And I'll let you guys know when it's open. It's not open right now, but it will be open later on. So, we'll take a few calls because, like I said, we got a lot to talk about today. So, people check that out.
Okay.
And
okay, I just posted. Okay, it should be out there.
Good. And as usual, I have my little books that every black person should read at least once in their lifetime.
Yes.
And I got some pretty good ones, y'all. One of which is called The Tricknology of the Enemy, written by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad of the Nation of Islam. This book right here, I read this book years and years ago, back when I almost became a member of the Nation of Islam. What? I was really close, y'all. Believe that. I was really close to converting to Islam.
I think you talked about that before. We did a brief religion show.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We should gotta do another one. I guess we'll do another one eventually.
Of course.
But yes, definitely. But yeah, I read this book back when I was trying to find myself spiritually, and this book crossed my path. Well, actually, all of Elijah Muhammad's books crossed my path when I was doing this, and this book basically talks about. It gets a little bit deeper into the politics of the world, not just the United States, but the world in general, and how they use tricks and deception to lull the people to sleep. I mean, they'll say one thing and do something completely different.
Okay.
And so Elijah Muhammad pretty much speaks about this in this particular book. So definitely check that out. And I think, if I make no mistake, a shameless plug, I think you might be able to pick this up at the Pan-African Connection.
Okay.
I have this on my Kindle, but I would love to have this in paperback format, just so I could beef up my paperback library, because I have a extensive electronic library, y'all.
Yes, he does.
She knows I got 2 Kindles full of books. So I definitely got to get this one, because like when we get our house, I definitely want to put that book out there so people can see it. But yeah, this is definitely a good one. So definitely get that one, The Tricknology of the Enemy. And this next book is called Dog Whistle Politics, How Coded Racial Appeals Have Reinvented Racism and Wrecked the Middle Class, written by Ian Haney Lopez. This book right here basically talks about how white supremacy can use certain words to identify black people. I'll give you a prime example. You remember back when Hillary Clinton was calling people super predators? That was a code word for black people. So
yeah,
Dog Whistle Politics, that's a really good read. That's a more current book though. This book came out a few years ago, and it's a good read, so check it out. Definitely check that out. You can get this one at Amazon. That's where I got my copy from. And I have this in my electronic library, and I would love to get this on paperback, and I guess eventually I will.
Okay.
But for now, it's in my electronic library. So those 2 books, ladies and gentlemen, definitely get those books. You will not be disappointed, trust me. So, man, but like I said before, we got a lot to talk about, baby.
sad week.
It's been a really bad week.
It was a bad, sad
It's been a bad week, man. Not necessarily a sad week, but a bad week in general.
I'm just going to list off a couple of things and then we'll expand on it.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Racial injustice in the streets.
Save the good one for last, please.
President don't want to peacefully leave the office when he's voted out in November.
Yep.
The pandemic, with everybody wondering about the numbers with the coronavirus steady going up. Should I not take the flu shot?
Yep.
The election, which is 37 days away, people.
Yeah.
37 days away.
Yeah.
And also this Tuesday will be the first debate between Biden and the man in office.
Yep.
And again, the unrest in the street.
Oh, man.
But the big thing, too, also, I want to talk about a little bit is the mail-in voting, how it's getting decided or getting shot down like it's a fraud. But I know for a fact several people who's done mail-in voting. I don't know why President Trump trying to make it like it's a bad thing, but it's not. But let's get started. Shall we? Well, let's go ahead and piggyback off of this one because we've talked about this before.
Uh-huh.
There has been another professor coming off as she's black.
Oh.
I took a picture of her. I have a picture of her. You said she has vitiligo?
It looks like she has vitiligo. It really does.
I'm just still upset that they're trying to pass themselves off as black. I don't understand that.
It's like I said, man. Paul Mooney had a joke, and I told this joke several times over on this particular show. Mm-hmm. Paul Mooney stated, he said, everybody wants to be a nigger until they get treated like a nigger. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, when she started getting treated like a black person, she wanted to stop being a black person.
I read the article. No one never came to her. She just felt guilty. And she had a self-awareness, which I guess is her conscience.
Right.
And she decided to let everybody know her wrongdoing. If that's I don't know what it could be, but yeah. It's another one. Her name is Jessica King. She was
What's her name? Jessica King.
Jessica King. She was a Wisconsin teaching assistant, and she resigned after admitting to lying about being black. Like I know we talked about this is the third one that we've mentioned so far in this podcast, and it's still it gets to me because, like I said before, we have very intelligent black women and men, but especially black women who are going to school, doing their doctorates, getting that paper, getting those degrees to become a professor. But we have someone like Miss King here who's lying, saying that she isn't taking that job from that black professor. I don't understand that. So are they not vetting these people before they're hiring, or what are they not doing?
I don't think they're really checking.
Form of racism?
I don't think they're really checking for her to see if she's even trying to see if she is who she says she is. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I've seen pictures of this lady, and the one that you have up on your screen right now, just by looking at her, it looks to me like she has a touch of vitiligo. For those of you who don't know what vitiligo is, that means when the pigmentation in your skin starts to go away. I have several cousins that have that. And and I have a spot on my leg right now. I like this really, really, really light spot on my leg. My mother told me, hold on, look at this crap. Okay, there it goes. Okay, I had this spot on my leg, and it's a very, very, very white spot. I still have it. You've seen it. So, and my mother was looking at she kept an eye on it for years, but it kept getting smaller and smaller, so bigger and bigger. Right. Because she thought that I had a touch of vitiligo, but I don't. So luckily, I don't have it. But But anyway, long story short, that's what she looks like she has to me. Okay. So I might be wrong. I mean, if I'm wrong, then it is what it is. But to me, she looks like she has vitiligo.
But that doesn't justify what she did, though.
I agree. There's no justification for what she did. No. She abused. She abused. She took that and just went completely left with
advantage.
It. Right. She took advantage of the whole situation, which she shouldn't have done. I mean, that was completely wrong on so many different levels.
Absolutely.
Because it's like you said, she took a job from somebody that actually was black, because she wanted to pretend to be black. Right. So with that being said, that was just completely wrong. I mean, she admitted she was white. I mean, eventually, but still, come on now. She shouldn't have been doing that in the first damn place. But I was trying to get a picture of her up so I could put it online. But
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find the group. You got that one from the Griot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me look that up.
She's I don't know. Like I said before, we all go to school. We've all did our due diligence to do the right thing. And I know everybody is not gonna, like I said, I don't even know why she did. She didn't even explain why she did it. But she did apologize, saying that she just felt guilty due to the culture climate that's going on now. And she apologized, but she never really said why she did it from the start. But like I was like, just that was just my opinion, because if you do look at her, she does, like, maybe she was a darker skin, and now her skin is going through the vitiligo stages. So it could be that she possibly was a brown skinned woman that's going through the transition. But I don't know. It's still disheartening to believe that you would even go and take a job from a sister that is really trying to, be a professor, teach our black students and things like that. But
no, I can't pull it up. Let's go ahead and let that pass by.
Let me see if I can find it. It's at the CNN, the Griot.com.
Click on that link again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay, go ahead. Keep talking, baby.
Okay. Well, the next story I want to talk about, you sent this to me. I hadn't heard about it. Then later on that night, I saw it on the news where there were 4 charged in a connection to the Grinnell man killed body burned. I'm going to read a little synopsis of it. Law enforcement officers announced the arrest of 4 individuals in connection to the death and desecration of the body of a Grinnell man in September 16. Now, the story that I saw, his family was on there pleading for justice because the 4 individuals had not been arrested. So they finally found the people and was, I guess, asking them why they did it. Did you ever read the story and find out what happened?
I never found out what happened. I just saw the story, and when I saw the story, it kind of like threw me for a loop. And I thought about that for a second. In Iowa is a mostly white state, period.
And welcome to the Griot.
Hold on.
Top 3 trending stories.
I got it. Hold on.
Coming in at number 3.
I'm trying to read to see if I can see. Like I said, I researched the story, and it described what they did to him, but they don't say why they did this to this poor man.
Okay.
But I did see his family on there pleading and begging for justice, though.
Well,
why did it touch you so to make you want to talk about it today?
It touched me because here we are. It's like you stated before. Here we are in 2020, and we still have stuff like this going on. And the question is why.
I know.
So,
and everybody keeps saying because Agent Orange is in office, people feel more compelled to not wear their sheets, come out from under their sheets, and show their true colors. But still, are they to the point now that I'm just going to show my true colors and I'm not going to get found?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Because like right now, being that we have the clan member, the clan commander in chief. Yeah, I said it. All of a sudden, you have people out here showing who they truly are.
Every other day, it's so crazy. It's like every other day.
Exactly, because I had people that I went to school with that I thought was cool as hell. Now all of a sudden, the Trump supporters, which you can support whoever the hell you want to support. But when you start saying that George Zimmerman was justified in killing Trayvon Martin,
not at all,
then I got a problem.
And he's still out here in these streets acting reckless.
And he's still out here buck wild, plain and simple. That's exactly what he's doing. So, with that being said,
it's sad.
It's sad, man. Basically,
you can't
that's
walk
all I
down
have
the
to
streets. This man was walking down the street. They simply antagonized this man, picked him up, set his body on fire, dragged him. I mean, they just did everything to him. Why? Because of his skin color?
That's exactly it.
Cannot be it. I'm sorry.
I mean, that has to be it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they have some kind of
explanation.
deep down hatred in you that you don't like somebody because of their color. And where did that come from? Where did that stem from?
Well, this segues into what we're going to talk about later on today. The politics and politics.
Yes, sir.
because of the political environment that we're in right now, there's a whole lot more racist people coming out of the closet. They weren't really in the closet. They just turned in their sheets. That's all they did.
You know, they took the hoods off.
They took the hoods off. I mean, because we have to understand something. The way that these white supremacists are right now, these are not the white supremacists that our grandparents told us about back in the day.
Right.
They're new and improved now.
Right.
They're on the internet.
Yeah.
They're your college professors. They're your doctors, lawyers, dentists, firefighters, police officers,
judges, attorney generals,
and dare I say it, your president.
Your president. Yes, sir.
Think about it. So that's the problem that we're having right now. So that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I mean, you know, it's sad that this man did this because, like I said, I have a few family members in Iowa. Not very many, but a few. Hopefully not in that part of Iowa, but still, I have people in Iowa.
Right.
And with that being said, man, you don't want to hear about your cousin's cousin getting killed because of the color of his skin.
Absolutely.
You don't want to hear about that.
Absolutely.
But that's the world we live
That's
in.
the world we
I
live
mean,
in.
I've always said it and I continue to say it. This country is dominated by white supremacy. It always has been. Ain't nothing changed. It's still the same way.
Sad.
I mean, ever since, dang, my grandfather was a child. My grandfather, if he was still alive today, would be well over 100.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah, he was born in 1901, so yeah.
So this cycle just keeps going and going.
It keeps going and going.
Just like the little hamster in the wheel.
There you go.
You think it's getting better,
But it's not.
it revert back. Yeah.
It goes right
Just
back.
go back.
It's
Yeah.
not getting better. And that's
Sad.
that's all I got to say about that subject right there. What else you got, baby?
Did you hear about the lady that sent old Trump a letter filled with, what is it, ricin?
Ricin. Very poisonous.
What was she trying to do?
She was trying to kill him. She was trying to kill
You
him.
don't say. I wonder why.
Well, you know, he's a big bully, man. I mean, she thinks that the only way to take him out is to kill him. I mean, he's not the only president that's had his life threatened. I mean, every president we've ever had has had their life threatened at one point.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, President Obama got death threats on a regular basis.
They used to go out by the fence and just start shooting at the White House.
Exactly. So
People used to try to jump the fence.
people tried to jump the fence. It was all
Yeah.
kinds of things
All
going on
kinds
with
of
that, man.
things.
So, you know, with that being said, you know, people, the president has been threatened since day one.
Absolutely.
You have to understand something. This is the most powerful man in the so-called free world.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, people are going to try to take him out.
By any means.
By any means necessary.
Yeah.
So, I'm not surprised that happened. But you see how fast they caught her, right?
I know. That was quick. That was really quick. I'm like, Did somebody tip them off, or
I'm guessing somebody probably.
or do they already know? You know what? Somebody go kill him. So let's be on high alert. You know.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
no telling. That's
that
no
was
telling
super
because
fast.
they caught her quick.
Because they said it was a special gift.
Yeah, what a special
So I
gift.
guess she
all
shouldn't
right.
have wrote that on there.
Yeah, yeah, it was special. I'm just gonna take him out because ricin is very toxic.
Yeah.
I mean, you forget it on your skin, it can kill you within a
Right.
matter of hours.
I used to feel like that about lye. My grandma said, "Don't touch that lye with your burnt hands," you know.
Right.
So I guess this is more potent than lye.
Well, lye just burns your hand. It gives you a
Yeah.
chemical burn.
This right here, it's like
It will.
poison.
Yeah, it's a poison.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very toxic. It's very toxic, and she knows that obviously.
You know how she look.
Yeah, man, she knew that obviously, man, because she wasn't playing.
Nah, so she's tired of him too, huh?
Yep, everybody's tired of it, man. I'm telling you, you have hardcore Republicans, Tea Party Republicans, some of them that are sick of Donald Trump. They really are.
You want to mention what you told me last night about The Rock? 'Cause
Oh
he's-
man, The Rock.
big time Republican.
Let me tell you, man. Now Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a big time Republican.
Yes, he is.
He really is. Now I'm not knocking The Rock because he's a Republican. I could care less about his political
Nice
views.
man, good dude. You know,
He's done quite a bit. He's quite the humanitarian.
Absolutely.
He's had. I mean, for
especially
those
for
of you,
Hawaii.
oh yeah, no doubt.
Oh,
But
my
for those of you
goodness.
who don't know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is half black and half Samoan.
Correct.
So with that being, and he embraces his black side
Yes,
too.
he does.
He really does. He embraces his black side as well as his Samoan side. So I don't have anything against his political views, but it looks to me like Dwayne Johnson is switching teams.
Yeah.
He said, vote out the turd on November 3rd. Now, I'm going to put my splash screen back out. I thought that was kind of funny because when I saw that, I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, being I just made Donald Trump a turd. So
I was about to say, where'd you get that from? That's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
It goes along with the story.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. I thought that was kind of cool, y'all. But that's what he said. He said, vote out the turd on November 3rd.
Right.
And being that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a staunch down Republican, you know, that's kind of, I thought that was kind of funny. Now I don't know if that picture was photoshopped or what, but I'm telling you, I saw The Rock on that. I saw The Rock with that shirt on. So, you know.
Yeah.
I mean.
Wow.
I thought, yeah, okay, yeah. What
Different.
else you got? What else you got?
Well, I just want to not really harp on it, but I know we spoke about this before with all the culture changes that's going on. There are so many companies that are changing the name of their product. Like we spoke about the Aunt Jemima, we spoke about the Uncle Ben's, and then now I found out one that Land O'Lakes Butter is changing their name, and it's just so weird that people. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Like the Dixie Chicks changed their name, and so many different avenues. Like, why do they feel like, are they saying before somebody come for them that they change it, or do they really feel like it's justifiable in these times that we're living in?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
that is a really really good question.
It's been this name all these many years.
Now, as far as changing the Washington Redskins name, that has been a debate forever.
Long time.
Ever since the Washington Redskins were founded, people didn't like that name because the name has racial undertones to it, which it does. It really does.
Right.
Now, as far as Land O'Lakes Butter, are they changing their name, or are they changing to just their logo?
The name? I'm like, what does Land O'Lakes mean? Is that like a, what's that? What is that? What is, I mean, cause like I know for Washington Redskins, I mean because of the Indians. Right. Uncle Ben's because they could be part of like slavery or whatever. Ancient Mama slavery. But what about Land O'Lakes? I don't understand why would they want to. Well, I read about, I'm thinking it really didn't say.
Well, the thing about Land O'Lakes Butter, if you ever bought it, there used to be a Native American woman on the picture.
Oh, you're right. There you go. There, you're right.
So, I don't know if that has something to do with it, but they used to call the area in the Michigan area. They used to call that the land of 1,000 lakes. Because, because that's pretty much where they got their name from. Yeah, that's it. So with that being said, I don't see why that could be like a racial thing, unless now taking the Native American woman off. I don't, I could, I'm kind of indifferent about that one because she wasn't really being ostracized.
Like in the middle or something?
Yeah, she was right in the middle. I mean, it's not like that she was being ostracized and anything like that.
Right.
It's not like she was being called out of a name. But over there in that Michigan area, it was a very heavy Native American population.
Oh, okay.
Which is why they put that Native American woman on that particular box.
Well, that's what most people do. Whatever in the area, they gravitate to it. You know?
Right.
Like, well, just to say for the Washington Redskins, they are in Washington, and their motto or their mascot is an Indian. So, I think that's why they made it Washington Redskins, right?
Well, I don't know why they made it the Redskins, to be honest with you.
But I think, why don't they make this a big deal because of Indian? That's crazy.
Well, that I don't know about the Land O'Lakes. I really don't know. I mean, next thing you know, they're going to start trying to change the name of Oklahoma.
Oh.
Because Oklahoma, I forgot which language. I think it's Cherokee. I might be mistaken. But Oklahoma means in whatever tongue that is, land of the red man.
Oh, okay.
That's what it means.
Okay.
In whatever language they were in, and whatever language Oklahoma's in. I forgot which one. I forgot which language it was originally penned in. I think it was Cherokee. Either Cherokee or Choctaw. One of the two. Can't remember which.
Okay.
But that's what Oklahoma means, land of the red man.
I doubt they're gonna go and change the whole state.
Well, they shouldn't change it. I mean, because like
That's crazy.
they really shouldn't. They really shouldn't. But
I just thought that was interesting that they're going through now. I guess they're scanning through every name out there for every product.
Right.
And if it's seen ingenuous or derogatory, get rid of it, change it.
Bruh.
So,
Yeah.
or either the picture that's on there, the logo, whatever.
Well, I can understand them changing the name of the
Cream of
Redskins.
weed,
I can understand them changing the name of the Redskins. I can understand that because you wouldn't want to play on a football team that was called the New Jersey Niggers, now would you? Or the Alabama Porch Monkeys.
Well,
I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's come on.
That's a little.
That's pretty much. That's pretty much what calling back then. Back then, that's what they used to call the Native American people back then was Redskins.
Right.
Just like back then they called us niggas.
Yeah.
Well, they still do.
They
ain't nothing changed. But, they still do.
Yeah.
But
it's different. E-R-R-A.
Yeah, it don't matter what
the way it come out the mouth.
Yeah, that's another subject. That's another subject for another show.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that later. Mm-hmm. But at any rate, that's what they used to call the Native American people, and it was a derogatory name, which that's why I say I understand that. But then again, that's been a debate forever.
Right.
That particular thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all.
Okay, now we're going to talk about one of your hot buttons. We'll just kill them down the line.
Okay.
Andrew Gillum said he identifies as bisexual.
And I'm not surprised.
Okay, now I'm just going to read, because Andrew Gillum, he is the Democratic candidate for the governor of Florida.
Right.
And he was caught up in this big scandal about 2 or 3 months ago, where he was caught in a hotel room with several different people, some were transgender.
No, they weren't transgender. They were men.
I thought one was
No, they were men.
I know one was a man, but he was dressed up like a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. And then now a lot of the citizens of Florida is calling for his resignation.
Well, here's my whole deal. Mm-hmm. Now, Andrew Gillum coming out as bisexual. Mm-hmm. That's your business. I don't care.
Exactly. I'm sure he's not the first one.
Trust me, it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. There are a lot of elected officials that are either flat out homosexual or bisexual.
Closeted though. Some of them are closeted.
Some of them in the closet, they on what we call in the hood on the DL.
They have all these bills to fight it, but they're part of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly my point.
Well, do you think it's good for him to stand in his truth and admit it?
I think him admitting it is a good thing because it'll give people that option to decide whether or not they want to vote for him.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. I mean, that's the way I see it.
So if you see a change in the city is prosperous, the city is growing. Does that matter what he does?
Be as gay or as bisexual. You can sleep as many men as you want to. Don't nobody care.
Well, the part that got me is that he's married and he has children. And where I saw the story was on Tamron Hall show. She knew. And she admitted that she knew before they got married.
Exactly, she knew. So I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, that's what I said. She knew. Why did he have to make a press conference and go on like a circuit tour?
There you go.
All the talk shows talking about it. But I don't know if he thought by doing that he was going to get in front of being booted out.
Well,
or I don't know.
There's really no telling why he did that.
Right.
I'm not going to knock and say he did it for whatever reason, but the thing of it is, to be honest with you, I'm just going to become 100% real with everybody out here. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares.
But they made a big deal on it this week in the news. Oh my goodness.
So what? He's gay. So what? He's bisexual. Nobody care.
Right.
As
long as you're doing your job, it doesn't matter. I mean,
the thing of it is, I think the biggest thing is that he denied the whole thing, because I kind of figured he was bisexual anyway, because he was in there with men, and he was booty ass naked.
Well, at first he said though they were his fraternity brothers or something, and they was there for a bachelor party.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I think somebody blew the whistle.
Yeah,
and then
they blew the whistle.
Yeah, blew the whistle, and then he had to eventually admit, what was going on.
That wasn't the only thing that was blowing. But anyway,
moving on. We're gonna move on.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, we're gonna pick this with Boots and we're gonna move. Okay, here's another story that you want to talk about. I'm just gonna read it and then you can elaborate on it. The indictment of Breonna Taylor. That one right there, when I heard it, I teared up. I'm not going to sit up here in front. like we said last week, yes, her family got that money, but still, this baby still have not no justification. And then with this little indictment here, will she ever get justification?
Well, I'm going to turn the music down.
Yeah, I want speak from your heart, dear.
I want everybody to hear this because I'm going to get a little bit passionate about this right here. When I first heard about an indictment, what happened was I saw that there was going to be an indictment on this whole situation. And then I read a little bit further inside the article. And when I saw in the article, I saw that this man was being charged with wanton endangerment.
Right.
Which is about as dangerous as credit card fraud.
Correct.
Which carries a 5-year sentence, mandatory, and a $10,000 fine.
Slap on the wrist.
When I heard that, I said that's a slap on the wrist for him.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
And a slap in the face for the black community.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This man shot into an apartment, killed this woman, but they're not going to charge him for killing this woman. They're going to charge him for the people he could have killed. Neighbors. Guess what color they were?
Of course.
You already know.
Opaque.
I'll go ahead and say it. They lack melanin.
Yeah.
In other words, they were white.
Yes.
So he got put in jail. I mean, he got charged.
He got charged. Yeah, he hasn't been tried.
He hasn't been tried and convicted yet. But he got charged for the people that he could have killed, not for the person that he did kill. So
might have killed.
Yeah, people they might have killed.
So technically, he got charged for shooting bullets in a wall.
Yeah, the wall got more justice than Breonna Taylor did. Now, I was at work when I saw this. My coworkers were looking at me like, "Reg, you all right?" I'm like, "No." They asked me what was wrong. I said, "Read this damn article." They read the article, and I said, "Now, don't tell me that you don't think this is fair." They said, "No, it's not fair." And these are white people saying this.
I'm just gonna add a little something there. I met with my old boss this past week, and he asked me, "Did you hear about what happened to that lady that was shot up?" He didn't even know her name. He said the lady, and then he asked me, "Are you okay?" I said, "No, Andrew, I'm not. I understand."
As a black woman, you should not be okay with this.
That's what I told her. I said, "I am not." Cause that could have been me. I could have been here. They could have busted through my door, and I'm back here in this room. That could have been me, and I'm just as innocent.
And I'm glad you said something about that, because I want to get on two people. And I hope to God this gets back to them, because I would love to hear their opinion on this. I want to talk about Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley. Both of those assholes, I said it, both of those assholes said that this woman would be alive if her boyfriend had never shot.
Right.
So you mean to tell me that somebody busting your door?
You trying to defend? They banging on the door and never said who they were.
They never said who they were. Somebody bang. No, they don't kick the door down. They kick the door. Somebody kicks your door down. You're not going to defend your household?
Absolutely.
That could have been me. Because I know good and damn well somebody kicking my door, I'm going to defend myself and my woman. But that's just me. Now, if Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, who are, by the way, professional athletes, are that big of pussies, I said it, are that big of pussies that they're going to let somebody bust in your door and you're not doing anything about it? You're going to wait to see who it is? No. No man would.
Right.
No red-blooded American man would. I can't think of anybody that would. Correct. Nobody in my circle would. Because I can guarantee you, man, let's just say let's pick one of our friends. Let's just say it was Donald.
Okay.
Do you honestly think Donald going to let somebody bust in his door and not do nothing about it?
No, not at all. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you couldn't blame him for it either. You protected what they say. You're standing your ground.
You're standing your ground.
You're protecting your own.
Yeah, you're protecting your castle, a man's home in this castle.
But I did get an alert today that the guns that was supposed to be used by Breonna Taylor's boyfriend that shot the cop cannot be justified.
Why not?
So they sent the ballistic report that came back is not in their favor. So I'm thinking maybe one of his own cop friends or whatever shot him. So they sent the ballistic report did not match up to his gun.
Wow.
Yeah, I read that this morning on one of the alerts. Yeah.
They are trying their best to justify killing this woman.
Now let me ask you this. Like I said, I play devil's advocate every week here. Do you think Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley was trying to save face so they can keep their daytime job as analysts?
I'm not going to say if they weren't, but if you want to be that big of a coon, then okay.
Wow. I just knew Shaq because I know Shaq has daughters. He has a mother. He has, sisters and cousins. I know Charles Barkley does too, but everybody knows Charles Barkley had that attitude for years. But I was a little taken back by Shaq's comment.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whoa, really? So Shaq, you're telling me with all them expensive homes that you have, you won't stay in your ground? Somebody now kicked in your door, you say that's what's going on and they won't say nothing? I hardly doubt it.
I doubt that very seriously.
I hardly doubt it.
I doubt that very seriously.
But it makes you wonder, why would they even say a statement and then try to compare it to like the Floyd case? It's it is different, but it's still the same in so many instances that we've lost another black man to police injustice. We lost a black woman to police injustice.
Yep.
So comparing it doesn't matter. It's still the same.
I call them Nazis with badges.
That's good.
That's what I call them, Nazis with badges.
Wow. But yeah, that was, I want you to explain because you was a little emotional about that when you and I talked about that. So
yeah. Because that's not fair, man. Because like a wall can get justice before a living, breathing human being.
That's what they saying.
And I hear people whenever I talk about this, the first thing people say is that, well, in order to change that, we got to get out here and vote.
Right.
Nothing's going to change even after we vote. Nothing's going to change. We've been voting
for years,
and it's still happening. So what is voting going to change? Nothing. It's going to be the same damn thing. Oh, and while we're on the subject, I got to turn the music down again. I'm going to go out here and say that, okay, which brings me to the subject of next week's show. We're going to talk about coons, bed wenches, and sellouts.
Okay.
Okay?
Ooh, we gonna be on the radio all day. I mean, we
coons, bed wenches, and sellouts.
I can think of three. Quick. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're just not in. They're in all shapes, forms, and colors.
Man, I'm talking about the black ones. I ain't talking about the rest. I'm talking about the black ones.
That's what I'm saying. Like light skin, black skin, red skin, brown skin, black skin, yellow skin. What we call her? She red bone, yellow bone. Oh yeah. It don't matter. All colors of the millennium factor.
Come on now. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that show. That's gonna be a good one, man. Cause it's a lot of
dirtiness. Well, on to today's topics.
All right,
PoliTRICKS in politics.
Yes, indeed. So we're gonna go ahead and play this little snippet by Malcolm X. Y'all, I want y'all to get the gist of this real quick, man, because this goes along the lines of what we were talking about.
Okay.
So listen up. Here comes Brother Minister Malcolm X right about now.
22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. They see that the whites are so evenly divided that every time they vote, the race is so close, they have to go back and count the votes all over again.
And before we get started and play the rest of this, I just want everybody to know this was done in 1964. The speech is called The Ballot or the Bullet. I have the whole entire speech, but we're going to get to that a little bit later on once it gets closer to election time. Okay. But I just had to play this little snippet because it goes into what we're talking about today. But again, this was done in 1964, and the president of that time was Lyndon B. Johnson. And at that time, the Democrats were in complete power. So, but it still holds true to today. So we'll just check this out, and we'll go from there.
And which means that any block Any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse.
Now, haven't I been saying that? The road to the White House goes through where?
The doghouse.
No, the road to the White House goes where? The black vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah.
I've been saying that.
A lot of people. Well, I always say, especially the black woman.
Oh yeah. The black vote is the key.
Yeah.
Malcolm X said this in 64.
64.
1964.
Wow.
Well, check it out, y'all.
You're the one who has that power. You can keep Johnson in Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas cotton patch. You're the one who sent Kennedy to Washington. You're the one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump. A political chump. In Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republicans. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you backed controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you, because you're a chump. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race.
Wow.
Powerful. Powerful. And that relates to today.
Right.
64, over 50 years ago, and it's still relevant today.
Right.
He can do that speech today, and hopefully that will get people out to vote. Hopefully.
Well, I don't think it will get people out to vote. I think what they'll do is just say, hey, because basically what Malcolm was saying in that particular snippet was, don't vote just to be voting. Vote to get something out of it. That's the same thing Ice Cube was saying last week. Get something out of your vote. If you're going to vote, don't just vote just to be voting.
Well, some people do it because it's a fad.
Yep.
Some people do it so they can get the little sticker that said I voted.
Right.
Some people do take it seriously. Some people follow the candidates, see what they're about, and some just don't do nothing.
Right.
So that's why I was saying, like, even though if he could do that speech today, people still need to hear it so they can recognize their vote is powerful.
Yeah.
Your power is your vote. And I just hope people understand that. These people are in office because people voted or elected them in office. They're not placed there. They are voted on and put